what's up? How are you? Hi Emma. Hi Ananya. Hi Rashid. Hi the villain. Hi Harshita. Hi Neuron Action. Interesting names. Hi Devesh. Hi Harsh. Hi Saurabh. Hi all of you. Okay, so we are getting a few comments. So here we have something from Harsh Kumar. Your videos are amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much, Harsh. Uh, okay. Mohammed Reza. Hi, what to do a day before NEET exam? Please talk in every important aspects relating to this because it is a day of nervousness. I got exam fear. So I don't expect that to happen, Rashid. When you have exam fear, you should always say that no more fear from exam, right? Okay. So yes, so this today's session is all about last minute tips for NEET because it's just a few more days to go, and yeah, so a day before NEET exam should be really cool, and you should stay cool, and you should not focus too much on studying a lot of new things. So just revise only the important topics which you want to revise at the last minute. In fact, what I would say is if you have already made a note of the topics which you find more difficult, just go through those topics quickly, or maybe you can just quickly scan through the important formula in physics or important diagrams in bio. So just a last minute scan. And the most important thing the day before exam is you should not feel nervous. So that is the most important thing. So it's all in our psychology. So you kind of should always feel that you are going to do good, you are going to do good. So that feeling will actually help you to perform well, so you'll be able to give your best. So do not stress yourself a lot. Eat well, sleep properly the night before exam, and till the last minute when you enter the examination hall, do not kind of mug up your textbooks or formulae. So do not get too much into all of that. So stay cool, stay relaxed, and it will be fine. Okay, Neuron Action is asking, guys, any suggestions for physics? So since now you have just 2-3 days left, so if you want to go for a quick revision in physics, now what you can do is, now you really do not have time to solve questions and get into detail of complicated questions. So for last minute revision, you can just revise the formulae in physics, because as I have told before also, there are a lot of topics in physics where the questions are mostly theory based or concept based and formula based, like simple numericals based on direct formula. For example, topics like modern physics, thermodynamics, work energy. So these are some topics from where you generally get very straightforward formula based questions. So you can quickly revise the formula of these chapters. However, there are certain topics in physics like mechanics, the numerical problems related to friction, in rotational motion, current electricity, where you have some very specific type of problems, like the most common pattern of problems. So you basically know the pattern of problems which generally come from these topics. So you can quickly scan through those kind of problems. Like in current electricity, you can quickly focus on the pattern of the Wheatstone bridge or the Kirchhoff's laws. So you can do a quick scan through just one problem from these topics. So because these are mostly the topics from where you tend to get numerical problems. Other than that, as I said, the other topics you can just scan through the important theory points or the important formulas, so that it shouldn't happen that in the examination hall you just forgot some formula. So even though the question was very simple, you just missed the formula. So that shouldn't happen. So just quickly revise the formula. So I think that should be fine for the next 2-3 days. Yeah, hi Devesh. Hi Saurav. Okay. Uh, Okay, Lubhit Raj Singh is asking, ma'am, please tell the importance of previous year question paper solving. Now, Lubhit, this is very important because when you solve previous year's questions, you get an idea about the pattern of the questions that come from various topics. Like, even though you do a detailed study, however, this previous year's question paper solving should always come towards the end when you have actually read the entire NCERT for that chapter. You have also read completely another reference book, and also you have solved the questions which are there at in the NCERT as well as the reference book. Then when you look at the previous year's question papers for that particular chapter, so you get an idea about the important topics of that chapter from where mostly questions are asked, and you also get an idea about the pattern of the question that is asked. So previous year question paper actually gives you an insight about the pattern of the examination, and that is very, very important. If you don't do that, sometimes it might happen that even though you have prepared everything, but suddenly when you look at the question paper, sometimes you find that the question is very tricky, and the question is kind of asked in a different way, and you're not able to kind of interpret the question properly. So previous year question paper helps, and also it has been observed that many a times a same question gets repeated over multiple years, so that also helps. Good evening, Ayush. Okay, so too many comments. Okay, let me see, look at it one by one. Shinofer is saying, I am not very good in physics and chemistry, but biology is good for me. Thank you so much, ma'am. You're most welcome, Shinofer, but if you are preparing for NEET, so you just should not rely completely on biology. So obviously 50% of the questions would come from biology, but you also need to take care of your physics and chemistry, because even both of them together constitute 50% of the paper. And for physics and chemistry, what I would say is focus more on the concepts. Like, a lot of students often ask that I find physics very difficult, and that's why I find it boring too. So what you can do is, for physics and chemistry, from the very start of the session, try to understand the concepts, try to relate the concepts with examples around you, and then try to solve some questions on your own. Now, many students have this habit that whenever they sit for problem solving, they look at the question, immediately they turn the pages and look at the solution. So that is not the right approach. Try to solve the question on your own once you have understood the concept. Now start with simpler problems, so that when you are able to solve simpler problems, you will gain confidence. You will also gain interest in that subject, and then gradually move towards the more complicated problems. But yes, for physics and chemistry, your understanding is a must. So focus on the understanding, and trust me, you will gradually develop interest in the subject as well. Hi Muthu, Kanika Sharma, super awesome biology lectures. Your biology lectures were helpful. Thank you so much, Kanika, and I am glad that the lectures helped you. Hi Ishu. Aishu Arzu, ma'am, how many questions can come from previous year's papers? Now that's very difficult to predict, that exactly how many questions will you get from the previous year's papers, but it has been, like, when I observe the pattern of the last couple of years, I do see that sometimes questions get repeated. So now when you when you practice this previous year's question paper, it shouldn't be because the same question will get repeated, but yes, the pattern of the question kind of resembles. So if you also see that for multiple years the pattern of the question remains the same, like you get questions from those similar topics. Hi Vishal, hi Bhavna, hi Pooja. Okay, Divyanshi Singh, ma'am, is it enough to solve previous year's papers to get good marks? Now, Divyanshi, only solving previous year's papers will not help, because as I said, that previous year's papers is only to get an idea about the pattern of the examination, and also to understand which are the important topics from which generally questions are asked. But your pattern of preparation should be something like this. The first step would be thorough preparation of NCERT of physics, chemistry, bio. Second step would be a thorough preparation of any reference book of your choice, again for physics, chemistry, bio. And thorough preparation means the entire theory plus solving all the questions which are given in the unsolved exercise at the end of each chapter. And then your third step would be solving previous year's question papers, and your fourth step would be solving sample papers. So when you do all of these, then you are totally prepared for your exam, and then you can be, you know, kind of confident enough to score really good. Okay. Naman Nirav, do NEET and AIMS like exam require coaching? Please do reply. Well, Naman, it's not about the, like a lot of students often ask that do I need to go for coaching? Now, what is this coaching all about? So coaching is just that you get mentors who help you or who guide you in your preparation, right? So it is not so, but the main thing that is which is needed for preparing for these exams is your self-study. So it is you who has to prepare, right? So if you can study really well, so I do not think that you cannot clear NEET without coaching. You can definitely clear NEET with self-study as well. So now that you have so many online resources, so you can make use of them, you can plan your timetable really well. That is very important. Planning is very important, because suddenly if you think that you will just study for 1 month and you will be able to clear NEET, so that doesn't really happen. So you actually need to plan at least 1 or 2 years properly, and then definitely you can do it with self-study. Emma Sherlock's, ma'am, presently I am in 11th. Will I be able to crack NEET 2018? Well, Emma, I think you are allowed to appear for NEET only after you have given your 12th board exams. So it is a good thing if right now you are in 11th, so you actually have 2 years to prepare for it, and 2 years is like sufficient time when you can at ease prepare for this examination. In fact, now we have already created a detailed video on NEET strategy. How can you prepare for NEET along with your 11th and 12th? So make use of that video, plan your study hours, and make use of the content that we have at examfear.com, and I'm sure you'll be able to crack NEET. A YouTuber boy, when can I pass NEET by viewing your videos? So the videos that we have created at examfear.com, they are a must for NEET, because these videos are to clear your basic concepts. Now, as I said, that the first step for your preparation would be NCERT, and these videos are nothing but detailed explanation or conceptual explanation of NCERT with lot of examples, lot of question solving tricks and tips. So these videos are definitely a must, but you should not stop only by watching the videos. You have to watch the videos. You also need to solve sample papers, previous year's question banks. You need to do all of that. But yes, watching the videos are a must. Because especially for subjects like physics, chemistry, topics in biology like genetics, your concepts need to be really clear, and these videos will help you to clear your concept. So that's why they are a must. Hi Mohammed. Hi Anush. Shinofer, ma'am, from the previous years, from which of the biology chapters does difficult and twisted questions come from? Now, as far as biology is concerned, like as I think I have mentioned in one of the previous live sessions also, that some of the very important topics from where you generally get conceptual questions is, one most important topic is genetics. Because in genetics, you generally do not get theory type questions. You normally get questions where you need to analyze and then answer. So in fact, I have included a lot of MCQs of that kind in the NEET special series. So maybe you can have a look at that also. Now, what I have observed is questions from certain topics, for example, sickle cell disease, the Mendelian disorders. So if you know the inheritance pattern patterns, you need to understand the basic concept of the inheritance patterns. If you know that, you should be able to solve any question that comes from genetics, because it is all based on that inheritance patterns, but it is just that the questions are asked in, kind of twisted way. Like sometimes it would say that a colorblind man married a normal woman whose father was colorblind but mother was normal, so things like that. So when you read the question, it sounds very complicated, but if your basic concepts of the inheritance patterns are clear, then it should be very much easy for you. So genetics is one such topic. Besides that, topics like reproduction is also very important. You get a lot of questions from reproduction, both plant reproduction as well as human reproduction. So that is also an important topic. Besides that, you do get a lot of conceptual questions from cell, like the cell division, mitosis, meiosis. So that's again another area from where you get conceptual questions. So I would say that in the last minute, if you are planning to revise biology in the last 2-3 days, so just focus on these important chapters like genetics, reproduction, cell, morphology and anatomy. So I think if you cover these topics, you would have actually covered the topics from where more questions come. So make sure that you cover these topics. Okay, Rahul Paul is asking, ma'am, suggestion for organic chemistry. So again, for chemistry last minute revision, if you talk about the organic chemistry, so organic chemistry is more about reactions and reaction mechanisms. Now I know that now you do not have enough time that you go through all the reaction mechanisms, so this is not the right time, but yes, I hope that when you have been doing detailed study of organic chemistry, you would have made a list of the important reactions, the reaction name and the reaction. So now in the next 2 days, what you can do is you can just quickly go through the reactions. So even if you revise just the reactions, not going through the detailed mechanism, but revise the reaction so that at least it's there in your mind. So I think that should be enough for the last 2 days for organic chemistry. Okay. Ananya Reddy is asking, ma'am, will this year paper be tough? Please do explain. So Ananya, even I am clueless. I don't know whether the paper is going to be easy or tough. But all I can tell you is, do not worry about whether the paper will be difficult or it would be easy. So you just need to trust your preparation, because the more you think about how the paper would be, the more you would increase your own stress level. So I would say that keep it aside, just focus on your preparation. Anyways, you are just left with 2-3 days. So whatever important things you want to touch upon, do that, be confident and give it your best. That's it. Okay. Agni Mitra Bora, hi ma'am, thank you so much for your lots of helping. Thank you so much, Agni Mitra. I'm glad that I have been able to help you. Muhammad RKZ, ma'am, when I will become something in future, my first salary will be for you. You are simply awesome. Thank you so much, Muhammad. I am touched with your comment. Thank you so much. Okay, so I just missed the name. Somebody had asked how to get, one second. Okay, so Emma Sherlock is saying, ma'am, please come for live even after NEET exam, please. Oh yes, this live session is going to continue forever for now. So every Wednesday we will meet at 8 p.m. So right now it's NEET exam, which is in the near future. So we are discussing so much about NEET. So once NEET exam is over, we will take up new topics every Wednesday. In fact, I just wanted to ask that to all of you that please suggest me some topics on which we can have live session, because in fact I am not able to kind of think of any such topic that would interest you as well. So today it was NEET because you have your NEET very soon. So please suggest me some topics so that I can choose from those topics and we can have a live session every Wednesday. So the live session is going to be there every Wednesday. So please do join. So it shouldn't happen that once your NEET exam is over, you are not joining the live session. So you should be here so that we can spend some time together and maybe we can discuss about something else which might be helpful. Alfia Ansari, ma'am, please tell me that how I can recall full bio. Okay, full bio, recalling full bio in 2 days is little difficult, but yes, as I said just now, I mentioned a few important chapters of biology, so you can just focus on those important chapters, just revise it quickly, maybe from the notes which you had created before, or what you can do is, like, a lot of you can also focus on those topics which you found difficult, like during your preparation you might have made a note of the topics which were your weak points, or which you always tend to forget. So you just revise those topics now, because in 2 days you just can't plan to revise the entire syllabus of a particular subject. So just focus either on the chapters which are more important, or on the chapters which you find difficult. So you choose one of these options. Okay, so this is Amak Buddy. Ma'am, I am completing my class 12th examination, but in 1 month after it, I am not able to complete my class 11th revision. How much portion comes from it? Well, see, it's not that most of the questions in NEET comes from class 12. So both your class 12th and class 11th syllabus have same weightage as far as NEET or JEE is concerned. So if you are preparing for NEET, it is very important that you should stay in touch with whatever you had learnt in your class 11. So I can understand, Amak, that it is very difficult to revise the entire class 11th syllabus in 1 month. So that's almost impossible. So in fact, that is why what I suggest is, now for you I think it's quite late because you just have 2-3 more days, but for those who are in class 12th right now, so for all of them I would say that what you do is try to complete your class 12th syllabus at the max by November, so that you have November to February. These 4 months you can revise both 11th and 12th, so that you know it's like a recap of your 11th. And then March you generally have your 12th board exams, when you will definitely be studying only your 12th. But then when you revise everything in April, you do not feel lost, because you have already revised a major portion of your class 11 during those 4 months, right? So that's very important. Otherwise, you know, if you prepare only class 12, then it becomes quite difficult, because you get almost 50% of the questions from your class 11th portion as well. So yes, I do understand, Amak, but I think you didn't have enough time now, because you didn't study your 11th at all when you were in 12th. So I think for all those who will be appearing in NEET next year, so make sure that you do not do the same mistake. Okay, Nisha Kumari, I am not able to do physics, chemistry, bio revision in a day. Now 3-4 days are left, so please advise me and what to do so that I will not do negative marking. Last year I had done many negative marking. So Nisha, as I said that you just have 3 days, so it's not that you can revise the entire syllabus of physics, chemistry, bio. So just either pick up one of these. You just have 2 options. I'm saying again and again, you just have 2 options. Either choose the important topics, in the sense the topics which carry more weightage, and revise them. So that's one thing which you can do. The other thing that you can do is, if you have already made a list of the topics which are your weaknesses, like you are weak in those topics, then just revise those topics. Now, quick revision for physics would be revising the formula. Quick revision for chemistry would be physical chemistry, again revising the formula. Organic chemistry would be quick revision of the equations, the reactions. And as far as bio is concerned, one quick way to revise bio is through diagrams. Just have a look at a detailed diagram, well labeled diagram, so that also helps you in quick revision. So I think these are some of the ways to quickly revise something which you have already learned before. Now, as you have touched upon negative marking, that's a very crucial thing for each one of you. Now, when you actually give your exam, now many times it happens that you always feel like attempting more and more number of questions. Now please do not do that, because do not go for guesswork, because if you end up getting many incorrect answers, that will overall reduce your score, and that can have a huge impact on your overall result. So your strategy in the examination hall should be that you should attempt questions which you are completely sure. So first attempt those questions. then you can go for those questions which you are like maybe more than 50% sure, and also looking at the 4 options which are given and using the elimination technique, that I know that option A and B just cannot be the right answer, and then you are left with 2 more options. And if you think that there is a fair amount of chance of your answer being correct, only then go for that answer. Otherwise, please do not go for guesswork, because your negative marking can actually spoil your entire score. So please make sure that you do not go for guesswork. So attempt all that you actually know really well. Okay, so Ahmed Mujtaba is saying, hello ma'am, today I scored 97 out of 100 by your videos from biology. Thank you so much, ma'am. Congratulations. I am so glad to know that you scored so well, and keep it up. Okay, so here we have some queries about books as well. Okay. Hi Shreyan. Hi Puneet Hirwani. Okay, so what about, okay, Puneet has a question, ma'am, what about P block elements? So P block elements, you mean how do you revise P block elements? So we have already created the revision notes for P block elements. So if you want, you can have a look at the revision notes, they might be of help. Or else if you have made your notes, so at the last minute there is nothing better than your own notes, because that will help you to revise in the shortest time. Okay. Rahul saying as a question, I am in class 11th and planning my career in botany. So is it important to appear for NEET? So not really, Rahul. It is not mandatory that somebody who has opted for physics, chemistry, biology in class 11th and 12th must appear for NEET. It's nothing like that. So NEET is just an entrance examination which is held to get admission into the medical colleges and the dental colleges in the country. So if you think that you do not want to pursue a course in that, so obviously there is no mandate that you have to appear for NEET. Srinivasha Gandhi is asking how to guess MCQs. Now you should not guess MCQs. That's what I was telling just now, that you should not go for guesswork. But yes, sometimes you might have the 4 options which are there, they might be very confusing, and sometimes you might need to go for that elimination technique, that this option is incorrect, so I'm left with this one. So and then you decide out of those 2. But yes, if you are totally clueless about the question and the answer, so you definitely should not go for guesswork, because you have negative marking. Okay, YouTuber boy is asking, ma'am, which books are needed for NEET except NCERT? So I think we have already discussed quite a number of times about the books. So you have books like H.C. Verma in physics, you have Arihant publications in chemistry, you even have O.P. Tandon in chemistry. In biology, you have Truman's biology, you have Maheshwari's biology. So there are a couple of good books. In fact, I think you can have a look at the NEET strategy video, which talks about all the details, and it also discusses about the important names of some of the good books for physics, chemistry, bio. Okay. So Aditi Singh has a question, please explain and give advice for 10th science exams. So yes, now as CBSE has introduced 10th board exams as well, so a lot of you are quite worried about that. So it looks like that I should take that topic up for the next live session, so that we can discuss about that in much more detail. But yes, for now, Aditi, what I can tell you is, now since that you have just entered class 10, so start your preparation right from the beginning. Do not waste time, so that you do not need to rush at the end. So start your preparation, plan a good timetable, and wish you all the best. Okay, Nazneen is asking how to solve physics MCQs quickly. Okay. Now, when you write your NEET exam, another important thing that you should keep in mind is go for the theory questions first, because generally the theory questions consume less time. So mostly the questions in biology are all theory based, so you might like to attempt biology first, then chemistry, and then physics at last. Now in physics also, you will have a lot of questions which which are like simple theory based or concept based. So again, attempt those questions first, because many times it happens that you have a numerical and you start doing the calculations which consume more time, and you end up wasting a lot of time in that question, and as a result you might be short of time at the end, and you might not be able to attempt some questions for which you already knew the answer. So always leave the more complicated or more calculations wala questions for the end, so that you can give enough time for that. And also make sure that you revise the calculations before you mark the final answer, because sometimes we make silly calculation mistakes and we end up giving a incorrect answer. Now let's quickly talk about few important things that you must remember when you write your NEET exam in the examination hall. Make sure that you read the instruction booklet really well. Do not go for guesswork. I do not want you to score any negative marks, so just answer questions for which you are quite sure of. Again, as I said, answer theory question first and numerical questions later. Another important thing is that mark properly on the OMR sheet. Sometimes the students are in hurry, so they mark all the questions correctly on the question booklet, but when they mark it on the OMR sheet, the order gets jumbled up, and if you do that, it's going to be a total mess. So when you are marking it on the OMR sheet, so just concentrate, focus, and then mark it properly, and do not answer in hurry. So take your own time for each question, and do it with a calm and cool mind, and make sure you revise your calculations. In fact, make sure that you try to complete your paper at least 10 minutes before your end time, so that you have some 10 minutes of time to do a revision of whatever you have marked, in case you have marked something incorrect by mistake, so you can rectify them, right? So I think these are some of the things. And last but not the least, see, you have worked really hard for the past 1 year or 2 years, and it has been a lot of effort for you. Now do not let that do not spoil that just because you get stressed out or just because you are nervous. So as I said, that it's all in our mind. So if we think we are kind of stressed out, or if we think that we will not be able to do it well, then sometimes even if we are well prepared, even if we know everything, but still we end up kind of not giving it our best. So please do not let that happen. So when I'm talking so much about exams, so something that's coming to my mind is I'll just tell you a story from my childhood. So when as a child, I think I was in class 7th, 8th, something of that age at that time, and I used to be very superstitious. In fact, I was very particular that I always wanted a specific pen to write my exams, and I believe that that's my lucky pen, and with that only I'll be able to score well in my exam. So that was my funda, which I know is very stupid, but that I was very much stubborn for that during that time. And every time, and somehow that I think that pen is no more available now. It was called Mitsubishi, so I'm not sure if it's available anymore or not. But I remember that I struggled a lot before a lot of exams just because I wanted that pen. And it so happened eventually once that I didn't have that pen, because that was not available in any of the nearby stores, and I had to write my exam with some other pen. And trust me, I prepared really well, and I did everything. I studied well, but I just screwed up my paper. So it wasn't good, and that thought became all the more kind of strong in my mind, that it just because I didn't have my lucky pen, that's why I spoiled my paper. Now a lot of people tried to convince me that this is all bullshit, nothing like this happens, you just try once again. But I somehow couldn't get that courage, and it continued for quite a couple of years. I think I continued this till I was in class 9th or 10th, but only after that I just thought that okay, let me give it a try. But this time when I gave it a try, I was with this mindset that I think it's just my superstition and nothing's going to happen, and that really helped. And now I don't think after that I ever wrote my exam with that pen. Like today I even don't know if that pen is anymore available in the market. So it's all in our mind. So if we think that it will get screwed up, it will be bad, it will not be nice, so we actually end up screwing it up. So now that you have prepared so well, so just this is the time when you should just be positive. You should think positive. You should be very confident about whatever you have prepared. Few topics which you have maybe missed out, or you have not revised, or you have not prepared, don't worry about those topics. Don't even think about those topics. Whatever you have learned, just revise those topics, give it your best, and the most important thing is just be calm and confident during those 3 hours of your exam, because those 3 hours are going to decide your performance in the exam. So nothing else matters. How many topics you read, how many hours you studied, nothing else matters. All that matters is those 3 hours of whatever you write in the exam. So stay cool, stay confident, and all the best. And I am sure, and I have full trust on all of you, and I am sure that you will really do well. And I am going to receive a lot of messages from all of you that you have cleared your NEET. Now once you clear your NEET, so we will again have a live session where we will celebrate our success. Yeah. So wish you all the very best. Do not be nervous. Stay cool, stay confident. You will do really well. And again, for those who have been benefited by exam fear education, spread the word about exam fear so that others can also be benefited out of it. Ask them to subscribe to the channel so that they can get latest updates on the new uploads. And thank you so much for your support, and wish you all the very best. And do not worry, please do not be nervous, do not be stressed out. Stay cool, stay confident. Wish you all the very best. Bye bye.